My name is Rakila Hammett, and today I will be presenting my All About Me project. This project will go into detail about establishing relationships and ways to manage and respond to conflict within these relationships. A relationship is a way in which two or more people are connected or the state of being connected. So, when we began establishing relationships. We do not have to accept the way that a person thinks, but you should at least listen to their explanation and understand where they're coming from. Everyone should realize that they are not always right and that they should be able to look at situations from different points of view. A lot of the decisions that we make in life are based on our background, um, such as race, religion, and even the ways we were brought up, just generally, family practices. Diversity is the key. We don't all look, speak, or walk the same way, but we are all human and we should respect others' opinions. I may not agree with someone all the time. It's common. That's okay. But I do know that other people have the right to think and feel differently than I do, and that isn't a reason to shun people away or get upset. Relationships um, can involve many things. They are could be the building blocks for communities and organizing activities. Whether you want to start a volleyball game in your community or work with neighbors to get rid of unfair housing prices in your town. Decide on trips with your friends. You will need lots of good relationships because the relationships we have with coworkers, neighbors, the people we share communities with, and even the classmates, we all have to have relationships. I don't think there will come a time where we will work in isolation. As humans, as people, we will always come in contact with other people. Even if you're an entrepreneur and you have your own um, practice, you practice medicine maybe or construction, you will always come in contact with others. So I can give this scenario. I like to start off with friendships. My best friend and I, her name is Kedra, and over the years we've developed a really strong friendship. And I think it is safe to say that we have had our ups and downs. We have had our many all of the above. But our friendship, we work on it. We think about what's important to us, what we consider important, and overall, that's our friendship. So, a friendship, I believe, is an important relationship in our lives. Um, because what's unique about friendships is there's no rule, there's no law or structure that a universal structure, I could say, that create and maintain friendships. We all may give all of these good attributes of friends, such as trustworthiness and honesty and loyalty and caring and forgiveness, but that may not always be the case for all friendships or relationships. Um, my friend and I have had some bumps in the roads. Upon high school graduation, the two of us wanted to attend Southern together. We'd like to attend Southern Miss, and that was the goal. That was the dream, to attend Southern Miss together, to start a new journey. And that didn't happen. My best friend ended up not being able to come here, and at first we were pretty shaky. We were kind of we weren't mad at each other because we knew that the situation was out of our control, pretty much. There were reasons that she couldn't attend, um, but we had to figure out a way to deal with that situation. It was new for the both of us. I came here to Hattiesburg not knowing anyone really. I was beginning a whole new chapter in my life, and I had to meet new people. I had to start, I guess, gaining new friends. But we didn't let that hinder our friendship. And at first we thought, oh, we're going to be in different places. We won't be able to talk. And don't get me wrong, our schedules did conflict sometimes. There were times when I was doing nothing and she was busy. And there were times when I was busy and she was doing nothing because her classes were over or she didn't have any other activities for that day. So things of that nature happened. But my point is, we we found out what worked best for our friendship, and we we worked hard to keep that friendship. So that's kind of my story with friendships. Now I want to move on to family. I have a huge family. Um, but for the first 6 years of my life, I was the only child. I didn't have any siblings, but I had a host of cousins and other family members. So, at the age of 6, I got my first sibling, and she is she is awesome. Um, we have a wonderful relationship. Now, for most, what I call, well, we refer to as only child. Most children who come from one parent households have this, most of them, most people create, I think, relationships with themselves because they don't have, aside from friendships, when they're home, it's just them, and their parents. But when I got my first sibling, the transition was smooth. I look forward to my sister. I was excited. I had someone to play with. I had someone to groom. I thought she was going to be a doll. I thought I was gaining my own baby doll. And I was so, so, so happy. I can't remember a time where I thought that my parents would neglect me over the baby. But I can say that gaining a sibling gave my mom and I a stronger bond. We developed a much stronger bond because I wanted to always be there. I wanted to be there with my mom. I wanted to help my when the baby came. I wanted to help my mom with the baby, and I was there with her. So that connection was stronger. It was much stronger. So family, I'm very big on family. My family, each month we have family dinner on the third Sunday of each month, and everyone brings a dish, and someone different hosts the dinner at their home, and it's just a time where we can get together and show appreciation, and because family is sometimes all we'll have when any other relationship die. And sometimes family, we grow apart, but at the end of the day, for the most part, I think family is the strongest relationship we can have. My family and I, we have family sleepovers and we have breakfast. My grandparents and her sisters, um, they have breakfast on Saturday mornings. They get together and everyone comes over for breakfast. It's just those little things that kind of keep the let's see, what am I trying to say? The closeness of our family kind of brings us together and keep us together and keep building on the bond that we already have. So when we talk about establishing these relationships and developing all of these great relationships, we must keep in mind that we have to manage the relationships. And there will come times where there will be conflicts. Of course, people disagree, so we will have conflicts within these relationships. And we know that people have different views, interests, goals, and I think it is important. I'm sorry. It's important to resolve those differences. Once we develop these relationships, it's common to run across conflicts, of course. So, what are ways that we can use to not end such great relationships because of a simple conflict that we could have mended or fixed, before it got too far? So there are different type of responses to conflict. We have exit response, which involves physically walking out or psychologically withdrawing from a relationship. We have negative response, and that is where a person denies or minimizes the problem, disagreements, anger, tension, or other matters that could lead to extreme conflict. And by minimizing, I think it's like, downsizing, trying to make it less because sometimes we just don't want to address the issue. Loyalty response, which involves staying committed to a relationship despite the differences. So, how strong is the relationship that you want to be loyal and commit to it? You do anything in your power to keep that relationship strong, to maintain that particular relationship. And we have voice response, which is, I think, my top. But voice response addresses conflict directly and it attempts to resolve the issue, the conflict. Previously, I said that I think I relate more to voice conflict. And yeah, I think I also relate to loyalty response as well, but for the most part, voice. If, uh, let's see, if I'm having an argument with someone or if we have a disagreement, um, I don't, it's hard. It is very hard for me to walk away from the situation or make it less than what it is because I overthink things a lot. I tend to overthink situations, and I'm the kind of person, if we have a disagreement and we leave the problem, like we withdraw from the problem without solving it, I'll think about it constantly. I haven't found that closure because I don't like to be upset with people. I don't like people to be angry with me. I would rather fix the problem and address it then so that both parties can share their issue, talk it out, and get over it. I just think it is important to talk and not to be upset with someone about a conflict. So, for example, if my sister and I have a disagreement, I won't just end the conversation until the two of us have a clear understanding of what the issue is. I believe in identifying a problem, sitting down and talking about it, and coming to a solution that satisfies both of us. I think it is important because those relationships, period, friendships, family relationships, relationships with a significant other, all of those relationships are important to me, and I invest my time in them. So I think that they're just way too important to throw away for a simple conflict that can be compromised. And like I said, that works the same with my best friend. If my best friend and I can't come to an agreement on something, we talk about it. We give and take. And I think that's a big thing when it comes to relationships, giving and taking. Sometimes you have to give a little and, other times you will gain from those relationships. So, um, relationships can be hard, but they can be manageable. I think that relationships can be managed. Um, and this will conclude my presentation all about me and the relationships and how I respond to relationships and good ways to develop healthy relationships. Thank you.